Hey all, welcome back to Brave Kids Art Club. My name is Brad and I'm so excited that you guys chose to draw with me again today. We're gonna have so much fun. Are you guys ready to draw? Okay, cool. Okay, well our animal today is a very little animal. Let me give you a few little hints to see if you can figure out what it is. They have an exoskeleton. They can change their color depending on their environment. And you can find these both in the ocean and in rivers. Did you figure out what it was? A lot of people like to eat these. You guessed it, we are drawing a shrimp today. And from what I hear on May 10th, which is Sunday, it'll be National Shrimp Day. So I figured it only fitting that we draw a shrimp today. Okay, you guys ready to get started? Awesome, okay, let's make sure we have everything we need. Okay, so I'm gonna have a nice clean sheet of paper out here with a sharpened pencil. Make sure you have an eraser of some type handy because after we do our sketching, we're gonna drop some final line work with our marker or a dark pen. And then we're gonna draw those outlines and we'll erase all the pencil from underneath. So make sure you have those three things. And then at the very end, we're gonna do some coloring. And this is gonna be really fun because shrimp, like I said, come in lots and lots of different colors. So you can go wild there. There's even one called a mantis shrimp that is so wildly colored, you're gonna have to have your parents look it up. It is so cool. We'll talk about it a little bit while we're drawing here because it's too cool to not talk about. All right, so shrimp are really funky looking, so stick with me here. Let's start with a giant circle. Now draw it kind of light because we're gonna do some erasing here. Let's start our circle right over here. Let's do it right in this back side right here. Woo. Now you might need help drawing this circle. It's hard to get a good looking circle in here. So if you need to do that, you can go ahead and get like something round, like a bucket or a cup or whatever you want to do and just trace around it. And that might help you out a little bit. And then we're gonna do something like this. So let's take a little, not at the very top, but kind of go a little bit underneath. And we're gonna kind of go straight across here with a line. Now it doesn't look like a shrimp. It won't look like a shrimp for a little while. And that's okay. So let's go ahead and from here, we are going to draw, just have it go a little curve underneath here, like this, and have it meet up down here. Maybe a little bit lower. There we go. Does that make sense? From this point where it meets up with the circle in the bottom part, this is gonna be the head. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna draw another light line right here. We're gonna kind of curve it down and have it come back around here. Let's just have it kind of curve right here. If you want it to kind of curve all the way around, you can do that. That might make it easier for you. Let's draw from the head to the top of the head to the bottom of the head. We're gonna just do something like this. We're gonna draw a little like backwards C shape to kind of finish off that head. And then on the back, let's draw where the end of the tail is going to be. Let's say the tail is going to end right here. Right there. We'll draw a little line. So it's got that big C shape, and that's what their shrimp are known for, right? It has all those little sections, and it's got actually a powerful tail, so it can kind of go and swim across the water. Isn't that cool? It does that. It does little flips there, and then it has a little tail on here, so let's draw that part right here. That doesn't have to fit right in the line that we already drew. Let's just draw a few of these little guys right here. And that'll be the tail, the bottom of the tail. So let's make the little portions, the little sections of our shrimp tail by just going like this. Let's draw a line right here. And we'll just kind of work around making more lines and just kind of have them go with the shape of the circle here. Or there you go, like that. Okay, so we have the tail part, but that's not really how they look. So we're gonna add a little bit right here. Actually, I'm gonna drop this down maybe a little bit further back. So we have this, we're sketching so we can make our mistakes, right? We can make some changes. I'm just gonna have it start right back here. So now it doesn't really matter if we follow this because we're gonna erase all of that anyways. So make sure this comes down and meets the bottom of that now. There we go. And we'll have, even if it wants to go further back, I don't know. There we go. And then we're gonna meet up with this one. So right here, what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna have it do a little U shape right underneath and just connect all of your lines like this. There we go. So that's why we do our sketch and we make the main shape so that we can build off of it. Makes our lives a little easier. There we go. Now on the top here, if you want to kind of make it do the same thing on the top, you can, but I'm going to kind of keep it more flat on the top because I feel like that's kind of how I want it to look. I need to move this up a little bit. I want this to match. There we go. Now if that's getting a little bit too long, it might be. I might have to cut that a little bit short so it's not super long. But let's draw the eye on there so we know where we're at here. Okay, so let's draw the eye maybe closer towards the front. Oh, I don't know if I like that either. Maybe I have to bring that all the way in. There we go. There we go. They kind of got that longer head. Let's do that. Okay. We'll have it connect over there. So let's draw the eye maybe here in the front. A big old eyeball right here. Here's a cute little shrimp. The big eye. And then we're going to go ahead and add the mouth right here. Just a little tiny mouth. Let's do that. Well, there you go. Cute little mouth. And then up here, what we're going to want to do is we're going to give it, they have like this extra little part that looks like it comes off like a little horn on their nose area. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go from that point and kind of go down right up over to where their eye is. And then I'm going to keep that part that we had straight across, right? And I'm just going to have it go straight down right there. Maybe I'll cut that a little bit shorter. So it looks like it's almost got like a little rhinoceros horn. Does that make sense? I'll erase it. Or a unicorn horn. We can change that up a little bit. So does that make sense? That's how it works. It's got that extra little bit right on the top of there. And then we're going to go ahead and add the legs. Now some of them have like pincers or claws. The one I'm drawing right here doesn't. The one I'm thinking of is the mantis one. They have little claws. They're actually so strong that if you put them in an aquarium, they can actually break out of the glass with their swipe and hitting the glass. They're that strong. Go look up the mantis one. They're the coolest. They got rainbow colors and they're just really, really cool. All right, so let's draw some legs. Now they have a bunch of legs. They have like little feelers out in the front, then they have like some front legs, and they got some more legs in the back for swimming different directions. They got all sorts of legs. So instead of being super specific, we're just gonna do about like 4 on the front here. Let's do 4 of the front longer legs. Like that. Like that, we're gonna do those 4 legs in the front, and then they have littler ones up here. There's lots of different types of shrimp. So we're kind of drawing more of a generic shrimp. This is kind of the shrimp that you see a lot of people eat here. But there's lots of different kinds. And like we talked about earlier, them changing colors. So this one, I'm probably gonna go with making this one like a red and pink. Personally, you can choose whatever color you want because a lot of these, they will change their color depending on where they live to blend in like camouflage. Did you see this? Okay, sorry, I kind of talked over this part. Just go ahead and draw little L shapes here for the little feet. They got lots of rows of little feet. But yeah, they change their colors to blend in with their environment. Lots of animals do that, but they can do it like, that's why you see shrimp that are in like rivers, they're like dark colors because they're in muddy rivers, so they want to blend in. Some of them are brightly colored, but those are the ones in more tropical, like the ocean areas. You'll see really brightly colored shrimp. Or you might even see shrimp that are like translucent, transparent. You can see right through them, and they're really hard to see for predators to eat them. Let's add the big antennas on the top to really make it look like a shrimp. I'm gonna just do a line right up here. Now you can kind of go crazy with these and do what you want. But I'm gonna do a couple of them right here, the little antennas that they have in the front. Okay, now if you're happy with everything, make sure this is the point now, since we're sketching, you can change anything. So if you want this to be a little bit more rounded, go ahead and change that now. You can add more parts on here. So hopefully you're ready. Oh, before you do that, if you need help with remembering what lines you're gonna be coloring in with your marker, so it makes it easier on you, make sure to erase some of these other lines. Or we're not gonna use this part of the circle right here. That's a really big part of it. Don't draw the rest of the circle because we just need it to kind of turn into a little C shape. Does that make sense? And I'm probably gonna take out these. So if you wanna take out some of those lines in there, take those out. Maybe you wanna keep them in and color them all different colors. That would be really cool. The awesome thing about what we get to do as creatives, as artists, is we get to make things the way that we see them or that we want to draw them. All right, let's start with the face. Let's start with the face here. I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to stop because I want to draw the mouth on here. Now, shrimp are omnivores. Speaking of the mouth, that means they eat both meat and plants. And who else are omnivores? We are. Humans are. We can eat plants and we can eat meat. And so they'll find things like they'll eat plants, but they'll also go, and a lot of times they'll eat other dead animals in the water. And they kind of scavenge for food that way. That means they're not really hunting for their food, they're just looking for it and being opportunistic. They find the opportunity to eat something without having to work for it, they'll do it. All right, so we got the top of there. Now let's draw this line right here, the back of the head. Let's maybe go over and do the eyeball. Here we go, circles. Stress me out. Okay, there we go. We'll draw that pupil nice and big to make them nice and friendly. I haven't quite figured out a name yet for my shrimp. Have you named your shrimp already? Oh man, I gotta figure one out. Maybe I'll figure it out when I'm coloring. That usually happens. Speaking of colors and their eyeballs, some shrimp can see lots and lots of colors, like beyond the amount of colors that we can see, which is kind of crazy to think that there's more colors that we don't know about and we can't see, but shrimp can see them. That kind of blows my mind. It's hard to think that there's other colors out there that we just can't see. All right, I'm going to go up and do these legs right here. I'm just doing them as little sticks because they are really small and we don't need to put all the details in there. We know exactly what this is. All right, so now we're ready to go do the back side of our shrimp. There we go. I'm cutting in a little bit. Okay, well, I went a little bit further out. I'll have to cut in a little bit. Not following my sketch exactly, but that's okay. So I'm going to draw these lines in first because that makes it a whole lot easier on me if I can draw in my lines. That way I know what parts to connect a little easier. And they have all these little sections in here so you can color them in different colors, which would be really fun. More opportunities to add color. Alrighty, so let's draw our little U shapes or our little waves underneath here. That seems more fitting for our water-based friend. Let's do all these right here and there. Okay, draw a line right across to close it off. And then we're going to draw the little tail part right here. Oh, we're going to have a bigger one over here. Okay, it got a little crazy, but that's okay. It's unique. It's mine, and that's how I like it. So sometimes you can view things as a mistake, and maybe it is a mistake. It's not exactly what you wanted, but sometimes we have things called happy mistakes, and it actually looks good regardless. Or you're just happy with it because it makes it yours. If it was perfect, we'd be taking photographs, but we're not. We're drawing this. And it's cool to see the hand of the artist. So don't worry about things being perfect. We are often the hardest on ourselves as artists. And it's okay if other people don't like it. Does that mean we're bad artists if somebody else doesn't like what we make? Nope, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. Everybody has their own opinions, and that's okay that they have their opinions. Maybe they don't like it. Not everybody likes what I draw, and I still draw because I like it. And because I do have enough people that do like it that I keep drawing for them. It makes me happy. Okay, well, it looks like we have finished outlining our shrimp. Now all I need to do is go in there and erase it. But if you need to pause and catch up, go ahead and do that before we go to the coloring section, because that's what I'm going to do next. I'm just going to go ahead and erase off all of this pencil mark, all this sketch underneath here. I'm going to get out my markers and start coloring it, and then we'll catch up right afterwards. And that is it. My shrimp is all colored in, and I think I thought of a name. I'm gonna be calling my shrimp Sharon, and I think she turned out looking pretty good. How did yours turn out? Oh, good. Well, I hope you're happy with what you made. At least you had fun, because that's what drawing is supposed to be, fun. And I really had fun, and I'm really proud of what I made. And when we are proud of what we make, we need to make sure that we sign our work so that everybody knows it. So I'm gonna put in the bottom right-hand corner my initials, or you can write your full name out there if you want, and be proud of what you made. Well, thank you guys so much for drawing with me today. I'm so proud of you guys for trying something new and drawing this with me. Thank you. Remember that we do these Monday through Friday every single week, so make sure you're subscribed, and if you enjoyed drawing this shrimp and you enjoyed this video, please drop it a like. And you guys are doing such a great job in your drawings. Thank you so much for sending in photos of your drawings. It's been so fun to see them. I'm just impressed by all of your imagination, and it's been so fun to see. So if you want to keep doing that, go to Instagram and just tag us at Brave Kids Art Club, or use the hashtag Brave Kids Art Club. And remember, be brave, be creative, but most importantly, be what? That's right, be you. Alrighty, we'll see you next time.